Hello and welcome to our first video for the beginners declarer play online course. We are using the Bridgemaster platform on BBO, and you can find it on the practice tab. So this is the first screen. Practice Bridgemaster, and you are there. And then let's look at the beginners hands and start to think about bridge hands in an efficient, streamlined, and productive manner. That's the goal of this course. So when you are about to play a bridge hand, you have to first of all make like a short list of tasks that must be done before you play any card. First of all is take note of your contract. Sounds simple, but I guarantee you that any player has forgotten his contract in his career, even the best. Take care of your contract. Take note of your contract means, in this case, it's 3 no trumps, 9 you have to make 9 tricks as south. Also, remember the bidding. In this particular case, in most of the beginner's hands, the bidding will not be of consequence, but later on it will become very important to look at the hands, at the bidding. Next task is count your tricks. And especially when you are declaring no trump, when you're declaring in a trump contract, sometimes you count losers. And we will see examples during the course. That it's always the best thing to do actually is to count both. But in no trump, at least, you should always count your winners. So let's do it this. We have 4 winners in clubs. And if this is not immediately apparent to you, you must play out the suit mentally to see how many tricks you will make. So you play the ace, for instance, and play the 4 underneath the ace. Then you play the queen and play the 5 underneath the queen. These tricks are being won, right? Because you know you're not the only card that could win a trick over the queen is the king, and you have the king, and you're not going to expand it in this way. So this is guaranteed to win the queen of clubs in a no trump contract. Then you lead the deuce, but you then win with the king or the jack. They are equivalent. And the 4th round of the suit will be won by the remaining honor. So you have for sure 4 tricks in clubs. In diamonds you have only the ace and the king. That's 2 sure tricks. In hearts you have the ace and the king also. That is all, again, 2 sure tricks. And in spades you don't have any sure tricks yet. Okay, the opponents have the ace and the king, so you can't count any sure tricks yet. So your tally of the tricks led you to 4 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. And you need 1 more to get to 9, which is your goal. Now there are some, let's look at this hand very slowly. There are some possibilities for extra tricks, but we must first of all be very clear. There is no possibility of an extra trick in our strongest suit in this case, which is clubs. There is no way you can make more than 4 club tricks. Because whenever you play a club from your hand, you are forced to play a club from dummy. These are the rules. You cannot revoke. And you don't have 5 clubs, either in your hand or in dummy, to get to 5 club tricks. In no trump, you cannot make more tricks in a suit than the maximum number of cards that you have in that suit in one of your 2 hands, either dummy or your own hand. So there is a possibility of an extra trick in diamonds. Why? Because you have 7 diamonds. That means that they have 6. And if they have 6, they may be divided in their hand. 3 on each hand, 3 with west and 3 with east. That's one possibility. Or 4 and 2, or 2 and 4, or 5 and 1, and 1 and 5. And finally 6, all 6 diamonds together in one of those hands. There are many possibilities, but the rule of thumb is that the most divided distribution is usually the more likely. And so it's not very rare for you to make an extra length trick in diamonds. It's worse than 50% in this case, but it's something that you should keep in mind in other hands. And then I mention in other hands because you have a situation in spades that plays to your advantage here. And how to see this clearly is to imagine that Wes had not led a spade. So if you were to handle the spades on your own, how would you do it? You'd probably lead a low from your hand and try to win with a queen, right? Because when you lead the deuce, this Wes here plays something, some non-honor, like the 5 or the 7, whatever. If you play the 4, you will not ever win the trick. East will never spend an honor. He'll play low also. And then they will keep their ace and king for the next rounds, and you'll never win any spade trick. So if you were handling the suit by yourself, you would play low to the queen. And if Wes had ace and king, this would win. Okay, if you play low and Wes has ace and king, he either plays low and then the queen wins, or he plays an honor. And if he plays an honor, then you look at his card. This is important. You look at his card and play the 4. So you're taking advantage of the fact that you are playing after a relevant opponent made a relevant play, an honor. So bear with me, this is important for this hand, even if it sounds obvious. But let's suppose that Wes does not have ace-king of spades. He has only one or no honors in spades. That means that your queen will lose to East's honor, one of them, either the ace or the king. So you won't make that trick. But your next attempt to make a spade trick would be to lead a low spade from north towards your jack. Notice that leading your jack will never help, because somebody will win it, and then you only have small cards. So you have to lead from weakness to strength. Remember that, because that is a principle of card play that will be applied in many other situations. You're leading from weakness towards strength, and so you take advantage of the possibility that something relevant will happen before you decide what you have to play. You did that in your first spade trick, low to the queen. And now you're doing the same when you're leading low from north to your jack, to your honor. And so what will happen in the second spade trick? If, when you played low, West played low, North won the queen, and North played the queen, and East won with one honor, either the ace or the king. Now, when you play the spade, if the second honor is also in East, so East had originally ace and king, he won the first trick with the queen, and the second trick he can either play low and then your jack will win because West doesn't have any honor, or if he plays high, you look at his card and play the 3, and then your jack wins the third round of the suit. So, summing up all of that, assuming competent defense, if you're about to mess with this suit on your own, you will be successful if West has ace-king of spades. We have seen that already. Or if East has ace-king of spades. One of these two possibilities will help you. But if the honors are divided, are split between East and West, one has one of them and the other has the other of them, you will never have any success in this suit if you handle it by yourself. Because you play low, and West will not play his honor. You'll play second hand low, again another principle of card play, this time in defense that will be useful in many other situations. So you play low, West will play low, you play the queen and you lose to East's honor, and later West will capture South's honor. If this is competent defense, if the honors are split. And what does all of that to do with our problem right here. The good news is that when we studied, if I win, if I lead from south or if I lead from north, this becomes a much rosier picture if they lead the suit rather than you. And this is again a very common phenomenon. Keep that in mind. When they lead a suit, it's usually to your best advantage. Why? Because now you don't have to spend an honor from north to see if you will win the jack. You can play low. Let's do it. You play low. And consider what can East do. If East plays low also, you win the jack. And that's trick number 9 already in your hand. That's a trick in the hand. Like a bird in your hand. So East will not play low, usually. But if he plays an honor, as he just did, look at what happened. You did not spend any of your own lower honors, either the queen or the jack, under his ace. His ace captured a deuce and a 4, meaning that now you still have both honors to drive out the king. Doesn't matter if he plays the king, you'll make the jack. He didn't play the king, and now you very carefully cash out because you had 8 tricks. Remember? Now you need only 1 more, and here we are. Remember playing from the hand that you are at. Look at the trick amount here. We have 5. Now we'll have 4 more in clubs. And when we make our last club, the play will stop because the bridge master doesn't care for the result. It cares for you having won the contract or not. So this was hand number 1. And the next hands will be less exhaustively discussed, but I want to be as thorough and I want to break up every little hand in the most easily comprehensible concepts, okay? So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.